Hello, can everyone hear me? If you can, type yes in the chat. You can hear me. Can anyone hear me? Type yes in the chat if you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you, Orcs. How's everyone doing? So let me just get to answer some of these questions. Joao asks, were you able to release the videos again? No, the video that was taken down it says removed. It hasn't been um, put up yet, and I haven't heard back from either Legendary or Warner Brothers. So it's not looking good, to be honest. What's the news? Well, the news is my channel has received a copyright strike, and the video I did covering the global IMAX fan event was removed. It was taken down. They claimed the entire video was in breach of copyright. However, it was a public event. Anyone could attend if you were lucky enough to buy a ticket. I wasn't even invited by them. It was just it was public, publicly available ticket you could claim, and so I claimed it. And they even had TikTok people down there. They had a special stand for press and like people involved in media or whatever, content creators essentially. I wasn't even invited to that. I just managed to get my own ticket. And as far as I knew, it was a public event. The video I created about the event, I used my own footage. I used my own voice. I used my own photos that I took, not of the actual images in the cinema themselves, because I was respectful. When they told you to put my phone away, I put my phone away. So I don't really know what's going on. I don't know why they're doing this. And frankly, I'm kind of tired of it, to be honest with you. Um, Moving forward, I mean, it may, a lot of things might be different on this channel, if there is one at all. I don't know what's going to happen yet. So, but yeah, that's the news. It's not the best news. It's not the nicest news I wanted to share. I was hoping to do more positive live streams, but this is what Warner Brothers do, and this is what Legendary has done as well. I mean, I preferred Legendary to Warner Brothers, or I mean, in terms of how they deal with fans. But Legendary themselves haven't gotten back to me either, and I had issues since Friday, and I gave them time to respond back to me, and there has been no response. And only today was I hit with this bigger copyright strike from Warner Brothers. So I felt that that was the time to, speak up about it and say something. Otherwise, they'll just probably walk all over you, like they do so many content creators and so many um, Dune fans. They've done it more than you'd think, and it's affected a lot of people. Um, and I was going to make a whole video about this after Dune 3 was done. I was going to go right into laying into them all, because I just find it completely unacceptable to the way they've dealt with certain fans and certain fan accounts, and even my own account. I just think what they've been doing is completely counterproductive to contributing and, trying to create a positive fandom experience. So yeah, that's that. Let me get to some more of these comments. And um, too crazy that Warner Brothers won't let you even talk about the event that was clearly an expensive experience. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I'd understand if it was something like the CinemaCon event. Um, and that video that I did covering the CinemaCon event information, that's still up. So I don't see what the problem is. I didn't even use all of the footage of the prologue shots in my video, the new video. I only used the main ones. And for some reason they still found that that was unacceptable, and they copyright struck it. So I don't know what they're going to do with that video. So this is just a stream really just to talk about this and just to vent a little bit, because I'm really tired of it, to be honest. Um, let's Yeah, it's definitely frustrating, 100%. And I just like, I don't really know what to do with this channel anymore. And it's like they don't want you to make videos on their IPs. I just don't understand it, to be honest. Um, they're quick with taking down the prologue from X and TikTok. Yeah, I mean, I did see there was like a prologue like camcorded on YouTube Shorts, and they took that down, and rightfully so. Like, I completely agree with that. That's not something I would ever do, and I would never even encourage someone to do that. But my video was completely based on covering an event that I was uh given a ticket for, that I got a ticket for. So, and it was a public event, and it was a global event. So it's crazy to me how they just don't understand that, uh, and they just constantly go after content creators. I mean, yeah, was my video that good? Was it that convincing and realistic that they had to take it down because they thought it spoiled the prologue in some way? It did nothing of the sort. I left so much out for you to experience. I just wanted to give the tone and the um, creator, a buzz about this prologue. And I even invite people to go to the Odyssey to see the first 4 minutes. So where am I going wrong here? Am I the problem, or is it Warner Brothers and Legendary? Who are the problems? Exactly. 100%. It's a copy wrong strike, period. These copyright lawyers have been really triggered happy. Yeah, they are trigger happy. I mean, look, it's probably an automated copyright machine, but that's not the point. That's beside the point. Even if it is automated, they need to stop, attacking content creators for this stuff, because what this has done now has affected my channel, taken away any few pennies that I may have earned from that video, which contributes to keeping the lights on and keeping this channel running. And there will be no compensation for that loss. This video was taken down at what, 7 a.m. this morning, and I didn't realize until like just recently. So are they going to compensate me for this? Of course not. There's going to be no compensation at all. There's not even going to be an apology. If there is, I'd be very surprised. And it would be a step in the right direction. But I don't see them as making good on this all. They're probably watching right now and doing nothing about it. Have you considered another platform as an alternative for you? I've considered many things, but at the end of the day, the problem is everyone's on YouTube, and most people aren't on these alternative platforms. Um, I have thought about Twitch, because some people have gone over there. I know Danica went over there, and she's doing well over there. And she used to be a big YouTuber as well, and they screwed her over so much that she left, and it's a shame, really. But that's what they do. They force people away from these platforms unless it, I don't know, appeases them. I don't know, in some weird, strange way. So I've thought of Twitch. But yeah, the problem is, if you want to hit the main audience globally, a main audience globally, you really have to be on YouTube for that. But who knows? Am I even going to continue this stuff? I don't know. Maybe it's going to be the end of this channel. Who knows? It's all up to what they decide to do, because if I get 2 more strikes, then the channel is completely gone. It'll just disappear. So we'll see. I mean, I've also thought about just uploading all of my audios onto Spotify or something like that. Like a place where you can just sort of tune in that way. So I'll be thinking about that a lot more seriously, I think, moving forward. Yeah. I don't see any more. I don't see any comments, or do I? I don't know. Yes, I do. Okay. Saw the video before it was struck. There was nothing in that gave anything away, and only got me more excited to go see the Odyssey in IMAX. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the video wasn't very. I mean, I tried to be descriptive, but I didn't give everything away. I felt like there were more people who covered it that were more descriptive than me, especially in written form. I don't know. Maybe it's because I used the footage from the trailer, but they're literally only like 2-second clips per use. So I don't know. It's like these days, it seems like they can claim anything they like, and even if you use a second, or even if you use one image, they can just copyright claim the whole video and say it's all completely unoriginal and that it's in breach of some copyright. But it's just not the case. And they just keep alienating content creators. They keep alienating the Dune fans and other fans that they've struck their copyrights with. And it just kind of it creates a really bad vibe. There's some other content creators also talk about the footage. How come they don't get taken? I don't know. That's the thing. They've always had their eye on me. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I know personally, they were following me on, I don't know who. When I say they, it's probably just Legendary and maybe some Warner Brothers people. I don't know. But it's like, it's difficult to trust what you see, because there were people joining my Patreon, and I think they were part of these companies just trying to watch what I do. And I never posted anything that breached copyright, so I never had an issue. But I know that they've had their eye on me, because I've seen them there. Their emails, give them away and stuff like that. It says like at Warner Brothers or at Legendary or whatever. So they're not very subtle about it either. So They have been watching me. They've been watching my channel. I'm not the only one who they've struck before. I know they struck Quinn's Ideas channel before, gave him aggro. And I haven't done anything in breach of copyright, you could say, since 2020. Like, the only thing I ever did was upload a few videos just because I was worried that Dune wasn't going to have its day. I was worried that um they would, because of a lack of people watching this stuff, they may never make any more Dune movies. And the first Dune movie, it was potentially the last Dune movie we could have gotten. There was really no guarantee that they were going to do another movie. So I did everything I could to get exposure to this stuff, and I did upload a trailer here or there, or like a TV spot here or there, because wherever they shared them, they weren't getting any exposure. Like, this is the truth I'm telling you. I'm not just making this stuff up. Like, they would share it on some obscure, like, either Chinese website or even on Twitter, but they wouldn't put it on YouTube. And you give them a week and they still didn't put this stuff on YouTube. So I said, you know what? Okay, let me show this stuff to people, and they got views as a result. So I was just really trying to help build up the hype for Dune and keep it alive and hope that they were going to make more movies because they saw how well the stuff was doing. I didn't expect to make money off of those videos, and they weren't monetized. And other channels used to do the same, and they used to be okay. They used to be allowed to be online. But because I was a monetized channel for my own personal original content, they just didn't want, I guess they didn't want to risk it, so they used to take down those videos. But this was in 2020. We're in 2026 now. I've not done anything to breach any copyright since 2020. You could say, arguably. And so what they're doing is just simply unfair. Simple as that. There's no good reason in the system. Yeah, it's just whatever they want to do. I've been following channel for years, and it is one of the few Dune channels I follow. As vertic as this is, I hope it doesn't ruin your creativity, etc. Thank you. I don't know. It's not even about creativity, because I don't think they could ever take that away from me. But at the end of the day, it's more about is it worth the risk? Because I'll show you something now as well. I mean, the channel doesn't make much in terms of income anyway. It really is kept alive by your guys' support in terms of sharing, in terms of um, super chats, in terms of Patreon. Those are really the things that help keep it going. And by the way, there is this like new thing you can send on YouTube where it's like jewels or something. I enabled that. If anyone wants to send any gifts or jewels, you're more than welcome to. I'm sure it will help the channel. And we'll see if it works and if I can keep going. But there is something I wanted to upload and show you, which was just something. It was like you'll see in a minute. Here we go. So my video for the breakdown of the trailer 2, it has done the worst of any of my trailer breakdowns. I remember people used to be really excited about this stuff, and people used to say, oh, his trailer I've read it somewhere where people used to say, oh, his trailer breakdowns used to be his trailer breakdowns are so good and this. So I thought there would genuinely be, a hype for this video, but it's performed the worst since any trailer breakdown I've ever done. I was editing this trailer till 5 o'clock in the morning, this trailer breakdown, and for some reason it's just performed poorly. It's performed the worst. So that was a huge blow to me in terms of thinking maybe I should stop doing these breakdowns because it's not getting the traction it should be getting. I mean, as normal. I'm grateful for any viewership, obviously, but I was expecting at least 50k views for that, and it's only had like 11 or something. So that's really bad. I may end up not doing the trailer breakdowns anymore because there's simply no point. Um, the reason is because the time it took to make it kind of it doesn't come back in terms of viewership or even income. So, and it's a complex edit, I was up till 5 a.m. doing this, so I think I may have to quit the trailer breakdowns. So for the third trailer, I think I'm going to skip it. We'll have to see. I mean, even if there is a channel by then, but yeah. I hope there will be. This reminds me of A24 and the behavior of backrooms. I'm actually not familiar with anything that's happened with this. If you could tell me some more about that, I would be really appreciative of that. I do know of A24, and I've never heard them be negative towards fans, so I'd like to hear more if you know anything else. I attended the first IMAX matinee screening of The Odyssey last Thursday. They ran the trailer, not the prologue. Oh, really? Ah, you may have been in a cinema that was not eligible for the. I think it was only 70mm IMAX screenings that they had to show this stuff. So I think maybe that's why. That's unfortunate. I hope you weren't really thinking you were going to see the prologue, because that would have been really disappointing. But hey, the trailer though in IMAX, that's good because you got to see it in full 143:1 IMAX ratio, so that's cool. I hope you enjoyed the movie. I haven't seen the Odyssey yet, but I hear mixed things. I hope it was a decent watch at least. Too many of these consolidated companies are walking all over consumers' rights. Bottom line, far more important, these folks. Yeah, exactly, absolutely. I believe that one way or another you will return. I hope so. I hope so. Don't leave us. That's what they want. Don't let them win. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. I think I don't know. I don't know what they want. They act like they don't want you around, but then if we weren't around, then what would they do? It's kind of ridiculous, really. Um, long live the fighters, 100%. We have to keep fighting in some way. No, absolutely. Didn't Quinn win his appeal? I feel it's incumbent on them to produce proof of breach regardless. Yeah, I think they left him alone in the end. But especially his channel was much bigger than mine. Like, why are you going after these big channels when we've established like a dedicated fan base? How stupid can you be? We're obviously going to talk to our fan base about this stuff. We're going to talk out. We're not just going to let you walk all over us. So why would you do this? At least do it quietly and tell us beforehand that you're going to do something like this, so that we have the option of editing it or removing it or whatever. But to strike your channel immediately is completely, I feel, bad form. Hey, Dune info. Thanks. Sorry to hear of the strike. It can have a chilling effect on creators. Yeah, absolutely. Moving forward, I don't even know if I want to cover it in depth, this movie, anymore. In depth, I mean, in detail, because it seems like the detail is what gets you um struck with a copyright, or your channel being threatened. So what do you want me to say? Dune is good. Is that it? Is that all they want you to kind of I don't know. I don't know what they want. But yeah, it's a shame, really. I understand your situation. The public page on Facebook of Dune fans Tyler was taken down by Legendary after the publication of secret photos from the set ran too long. The fighters. Oh, was it really? Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't actually know about that. Um, and the problem was, like, those photos were so, they were so generic. It was literally just like the worst quality photos imaginable. I remember. But to have the whole thing taken down, do you think that could have been reversed by Legendary? Because generally, Legendary are more, I feel that they're more understanding with this stuff. I feel like they're more helpful. So that's bad. I need to remember Dune Fans Italia page being taken down. Could you tell me if they ever came back and made a new page? Because I'd like to know, because I don't think that it's not fair really to Italian fans. Um, okay. Um, I can't highlight this, but uh, I'm going to post it here and say a big thank you to a good Joe who donated 200 jewels. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. For some reason, my setup doesn't allow me to highlight this, but you guys can probably see it on YouTube. But thank you so much, Joe. I really, really, really appreciate that. I'm gonna have to find a way to get these comments more, I don't know, just more visible for people. I'm still kind of learning this whole live stream thing. I feel it's a bit kind of like Han Solo's Falcon ship. It's just like a bucket of bolts kind of just running through the galaxy. So I'm sorry about that, but thank you so much for the jewels. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Long live the creators. Thank you. And I'll get to your question now. The organizations doing the banning and copyright strikes are clearly under the control of the Bene Gesserit. The Bene Gesserit, right? I got you. Yeah, yeah. They have their Bene Gesserit schemes. I don't know what they're playing at. Talking Thrones channel was recently hit with a copyright strike over photo stills, not video footage. He's upset over it and he's making content for over a decade trouble free. Wow, really? Is this for was this due to anything for House of the Dragon, or was it the new information about, I think it was Jon Snow's battle or something like that? Like a new project? That's really sad to hear. I feel for them, and I really do wish them the best. I hope they get everything reversed. But yeah, like, even I shared a photo. Do you remember that photo recently I shared of the Water of Life? I got a copyright strike for that, believe it or not. The Water of Life bottle that was shared by the artist on ArtStation, that got copyright struck. It said, I received an email that said, this video, it wasn't even a video, it was an image of the Water of Life. This video is in breach of copyright and it had to be taken down. The post is still up, so I really don't know what's going on. It's like this insane algorithm AI nonsense is just completely trying to take down everything it can find relating to anything to do with any IP, and it doesn't have a mind of its own. So it just does automated takedowns, and it just keeps ruining people's fun, livelihood, channels, creativity, content, everything. And it just sucks, really, to be honest. Director Kane Parsons reported that recent copyright takedowns of backroom art on Redbubble were an error caused by an outsourced system intended to remove cam rips. Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for letting me know. Right, so yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I've had automated takedowns before um from these kind of like outsourced systems. And I think this may be an outsourced system issue as well, because it wasn't a manual claim. I think it was an automated claim by someone called, I'll just try to find the image of it that I saved. It was something like Mark Takedown or something weird like that. And to find it now. I mean, it doesn't help, but I mean, I can just at least inform you guys about it. Yeah, Mark Scan Enforcement was the name. Mark Scan Enforcement was responsible for the takedown. And it says the content found in the entire video was apparently the copyright issue. The entire video is me mostly talking in front of an orange screen or something. It's got nothing to do with any like footage or anything like that. So it's complete nonsense. Yeah, YouTube AI sucks. And it keeps getting rewarded. You see there's this, I don't want to name the channel name, but there's these AI trailer edits of Dune, and they keep getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views. It's AI. Why are we giving them this viewership? Why are we supporting this? But then when I do a genuine breakdown of my trailer 2, it doesn't get hardly any views. Why is that? Why are we rewarding AI content instead of genuine content that actually tries to teach people something? I'm sorry, but like, this should have easily gotten, like, by now it should have probably had 50k views. Instead it only has like 10. Normally I would get about 100k views on these breakdowns, so it has pushed my confidence a bit, I can't lie. Dune trailer 3 was mesmerizing. It's full IMAX glory. Yeah, it was really good. See the IMAX on the full screen. Definitely. We meet there was honored matrons who struck you. Yeah. Maybe a few books down the line, maybe a few movies down the line, and get to talking about those. Time to boycott Warner Brothers, maybe. Well, listen, I don't know how loyal people are to me, but I don't expect a boycott. But I definitely appreciate the sentiments for sure. What did I miss? I just joined. Yeah, just that, my channel has a copyright strike, and it's and the video that I did about the global fan event with the opening prologue, it was taken down, so it's not looking good for the channel at the moment. Oh, and by the way, that was the best performing video out of the two. Out of this one, it was the better performing. I had like 60k views on that, which is actually brilliant, and that's exactly what should really be happening at this period. Not, but then, yeah, they took that down. So is there any way to contact people from Dune production to highlight these clearly unfounded copyright issues in the Dune fandom? Well, I've done that. I've tried to say how unfair it is for people like the Fan Italia uh, Facebook page, and all of these other kind of content creators and fans who just have like fan accounts. I've tried to tell Legendary and Warner Brothers to leave them alone, like leave us alone, unless there's a clear breach of copyright where you're like uploading entire segments of a movie, or stuff that isn't like fair use content creation with original content, then leave them alone. I've tried to contact them, I've tried to tell them, they just don't seem, it just, because they work with automated systems, it still affects the fandom regardless of whether their sentiments are with you or against you. um all I suggest you can do is perhaps email them, find an email to Warner Brothers and Legendary, um, to perhaps put in a complaint, or to put in some um, kind of like just to tell them like how you feel about what's going on in the fandom, so that they know, so that they receive complaints. Perhaps the more complaints they receive, the quicker they'll act to prevent this from happening in the future. But for me, it's like I've done everything I can. So maybe what you can do is just at them on their social media pages to say that, it's unacceptable what they're doing to content creators. Perhaps that will help. Yeah. So hit them up on social media, at them publicly. And the reason I say them to do that publicly is because if you send them a message in their inbox, sometimes you can't even do that. But if you can, there's no guarantee that they'll read it, and if they do, there's no guarantee they'll act upon it. But when it's public, I think it applies more pressure onto them, which is why I'm speaking about this now, and which is why people are which is why I posted on X and even Instagram about this, because I've been waiting for a reply since Friday and I've heard nothing back from them. How long am I supposed to wait? And now this huge strike has affected my channel. So I feel like I need to apply more pressure. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah, I'll try my best. Sending peace to everyone here in the chat. Keep creating, keep making art. Thank you so much, A Good Joe. Thanks again for the 200 jewels. I really appreciate that. Really kind of you. I commented this earlier, but I didn't know that you could copyright strike a public event with no actual copyrighted media shown. Leave it to big companies to show us what's possible. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It wasn't like it was this closed, secretive event. It was a public event. Yes, they warned us not to film in whilst the trailer was playing, and I respected that. There were some people who were even having their phones out during that, and during moments where I felt it was a bit kind of risky to be doing that, because they said if they catch you doing it, they have the right to escort you right outside. And of course, I didn't want that to happen, so I never used my phone during any moment that anything was being shown on the screen. I didn't even film the host who was speaking to us, because I thought maybe that was included in the not filming, allowance thing. So yeah, it was a public event. It should be allowed to be spoken about. And if it isn't, then I don't know. Is it worth talking about Dune anymore at this point? If that's the case, because if anything I say can get struck with a copyright, what's the point? It was for House of the Dragon, not the Jon Snow potential. Ah, okay, so it was House of the Dragon. Got you. Right. Yeah, I only heard brief like rumors about this Jon Snow thing. I don't even know what it really is. Exciting, yes, but let's see what happens. As of House of the Dragon, yeah, that's bad. I do wish them the best. I hope they get it resolved. If you do hear anything else about their channel, let me know. because I do wish them the best. Those AI trailer edits are terrible. I was baited into clicking one and was so confused. They're horribly made. Yeah, they are. And actually, some people believe that some of the footage in it is actually real. I saw people taking screenshots of those things and sharing them on Facebook and elsewhere, thinking, "Oh, this is look at Duncan, and all this." And I'm thinking, that's not real. You do realize that, but no, they actually believe it's possibly legit, or they're just trying to go viral or some other devious scheme. But these, yeah, all of the AI stuff is just appalling. I would never make it in the Duniverse. No, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, um, have we not learned anything from Dune? Like, I don't use AI in any of my videos. Like, I don't. I mean, even I'm not relaxed when it comes to AI. I believe in certain ethical AI usage, if only artists have agreed to use their content to be used in an AI system of format, and only in terms of like learning usage and stuff, not in terms of creating art. um yeah, I don't use AI, and I've never shared any AI art. I always like to share real art on my channel. I try to encourage I try to promote, I mean, real artists, and I hope they appreciate that. Appreciate all your videos, man. I want to go in blind in Dune 3, so I haven't watched you in a while, but I saw what happened to you today. Appreciate all you do. Pray for your channel success. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, especially because you're trying to avoid everything. So it really means that you care because you're here. I do appreciate that so much. So thank you for that. Um, I completely understand the people who want to go into the movie blind. Part of the reason I didn't want to see the original prologue of Dune Part 3 was because I wanted to go in blind. In terms of what I see in the beginning of the movie, I didn't want to ruin the beginning or the impact of the opening of the movie. But I chose to go to cover it for you guys because I wanted to, I just wanted to cover it in case you weren't able to see it yourself. And I was initially happy that I covered it because it was the 10 minutes that we got to see instead of the 4 minutes in front of the Odyssey movie. So I got to see more than originally than anyone else has. But now I regret it again. Like, I regretted it in the beginning, then I didn't, then I regretted it now because they took the video down. So I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to reinstate the video. But the problem is now it's at a loss. It's going to lose whatever money it would have made today or whenever until it's resolved, if it is at all. And they're never going to compensate me for that. You know, is it? Are we talking hundreds of dollars? No, of course not. That's my channel doesn't make that kind of money. But it doesn't matter. It all goes towards keeping things running, and this is still, you're taking from content creators, genuine content creators, while you're rewarding AI content creators. So I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't. But thank you so much for tuning in and for the support. Thank you. Gotta go. Keep making content. Wish you well. Thank you so much, Wesley. Thank you. Um, yeah, so I was just here, like, I just came here to kind of chat, really. Butler and Jihad 2 when? Yeah. We need to make our own Butler and Jihad, to be honest. I think against these corporations, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't help that Branham is also a litigious. Covering Dune stuff feels so risky these days. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I'll try to do my best. I don't know what the future holds for this channel. I'm trying not to be dramatic or anything. But yeah, I mean, it has to be worth my while to cover this movie. Otherwise, there's no point. There's literally no point to cover this movie anymore if they're going to constantly attack content creators. Why is it that people are able to go in detail of the trailer for Doomsday, to the point that I already saw and knew everything in the trailer from word of mouth and AI. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really wish I had the answers here, but I just don't. A public event that they don't want you to talk about. It's like, does that make sense to you? It's like, hey, let's celebrate the global IMAX fan event, but don't you dare talk about it. Don't you dare say a word. It just doesn't make sense. This mark scan copyright claim or whatever they are complained about very much after a little bit of Googling. Ah, interesting. Someone on Reddit even claiming they're an Indian scam company with only one employee. Interesting. It did say, I think the email was a .in, so it did seem like India. That's really interesting. I don't know. Are Warner Brothers to blame at all then? If that's really the truth of it, the thing is, Warner Brothers and Legendary, they need to protect content creators from people like this. If that's the case, um, I remember something similar happened to me with a Russian company, and I don't even know whether they were legit or not. I believe they were outsourced, possibly. That's what I originally thought, but perhaps they were scamming me as well, and they took down several videos, and they removed the copyright strike on my channel initially, but this was years ago. But yeah, I wonder if this is the what you say, one of these like strange scammers. Who knows? Your videos are great, and it's completely unfair as a fan for you to take a hit for being genuine, involved, and respectful. They won't respect that, and they cannot handle a fan base. Yeah, I mean, they've just been terrible with all fan bases, even their I think their Marvel fan base as well. They've constantly hit, and it's just ridiculous now. It's getting to a point where you can't even create content anymore. Like, it's that restrictive. And if they didn't want me to talk about this so early on, why did they make the fan event so early on in the year, in June or July, whatever it was? Like, why why now? If they wanted you to talk about it in November, hold it in November. Doesn't make sense to me. Um, I'm just shocked. So sorry. Thank you. Yeah, I'm in shock too. I mean, this morning was the shock, and I was just busy, sending them emails and then creating posts about it because of this whole craziness. Um, didn't YouTube a few months ago say that they would remove any AI generated trailers or content? Yes, they did, and it's still all up and it's still there, and it still doesn't seem like they're doing anything about it. Excuse me while I have a moisture break. Let's put it that way. Don't forget to stay hydrated even if they try to destroy you. Yeah, so basically, I've seen an increase in this AI stuff, and they've gotten away with it. This AI junk, especially the Dune content creation, AI generated content about Dune, all of that stuff is still up, and it's just so awful, and it gets all the views. It gets all the views. And I think, honest creators like Arrakis Central, for example, or Arrakis Central, however you want to pronounce it, they don't get the exposure they deserve, because it's all being absorbed by the algorithm to these other AI generated videos. Whereas genuine people talking about Dune, they get affected the most. Um, yeah. This is supposed to say lisan al ghaib, but it's retranslated it to something else. I don't know why it's done that, but yeah, that's kind of funny. The glossary of the oral. It's supposed to say lisan al ghaib. Shout out from Brazil. Hi Brazil. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Amazing fans in Brazil. They have really good content creators as well, and it was so nice to have that event, that Dune event. I think it was for Dune Part Two that happened in Brazil. I was really happy to see them get the chance to go there and to enjoy that event. Your channel was educational. Hugs from Sydney. Oh, thank you. Nice to see you from Sydney. Yeah, I mean, I've always tried to create honest content, genuine content, educational content. So it sucks when it's when you get hit this way for something you just tried to, I don't know, just to get people excited about. You know, it wasn't. I don't believe I breached any content or any copyright content issues. So I don't know what the issue is, to be honest. Um, Such a dumb move on Warner Brothers' part. Not surprised, unfortunately. I know this isn't the first time they've done this to you. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was kind of forgiving in the past. After 2020 and all of those issues, I put all of that aside. Like I don't consider that part of the issue. I kind of wanted to give them a fresh chance, just like they kind of gave me one in a way. And so you know, I waited. I've had a few issues since then, especially with the Dune Prophecy trailer. I mean, yeah, it was a Dune Prophecy trailer that I featured in a video. Not even the full trailer, like just like 5 seconds of it, and they copyright struck my whole video on that. And so that was the beginning again of the issues I feel. And Legendary were pretty good at helping me to solve the issues that their systems created. Warner Brothers not so much, but they did remove the copyright strike. I have to give it to them. They removed the copyright strike initially for the Dune Prophecy video, but again, it shouldn't be happening to content creators. And the thing is, I wanted to do this whole thing where I reacted to we did like I wanted to do basically a watch party for Dune Prophecy for each episode. But after that copyright strike, I cancelled the whole thing. Because why should I do that? Why should I create hype for something that they don't even want me to talk about? Where I get penalized for talking about it. So I cancelled the whole watch party event. Um, their loss. Their loss really, you know, and I was generally supportive of the show, and I tried to be supportive of it. And even after watching it, and I didn't completely love the show, I still was fair in my critical analysis of it. I said the good points and the bad points, the things I liked, the things I didn't like. Um, but they missed out on a whole watch party. They didn't even invite me to that event, that Dune Prophecy event in the UK. They know I live in the UK. They didn't invite me, or they didn't invite Mark from Dune Info. He's the first person they should invite. He's been covering Dune since I was in, I think, university or college. It's insane how old you know, how long ago he's been covering Dune, and he's the first person they should be inviting to the premieres, to the fan events, to everything. He didn't get an invite. I didn't get an invite. They just don't know how to deal with fans by the looks of it. They don't know how to deal with the fan base and the dedicated content creators of that fan base. It seems, anyway. Crazy. But yeah, just looking at any more comments. There's no more comments so far. If anyone wants to write in any questions or comments, they're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, I think I'll call this call it a day for now, and see what happens. There's been no resolution to the issue. I'll check my emails now. I still haven't received uh, any information, uh, any reply from Warner Brothers or Legendary about this. So I don't know what's going on. Um, it's crazy that people can't even do a watch party without companies being so focused on the money they'd lose from the party rather than the fans they'd gain from it. Absolutely. And I wasn't streaming the actual um the actual image of the episode. It was just me, my face, my eye, and a timer, and I was going to talk over it, and it was just going to be. I did the first one for episode 1, and that was kind of successful. There were people interacting and engaging, and I had the timer going. We played it for the hour or however long the episode was, and that was the fan event. Like, that was it. And that was for the first episode. I gave my thoughts of the first episode, and then we ended it there. But then they gave me the copyright strike about for one of the videos, and it put me off completely. Completely doing any more future watch parties, because why should I? I'm doing them a favor, and that's how they chose to treat me. So I cancelled it. And maybe I'll cancel covering Dune Part 3 from now on. It all depends on how they decide to treat me moving forward. Yeah, I don't think they really care about fans, to be honest. Oh, hey, Mark, you're still here. Thanks. Yeah, I genuinely mean everything I said. I do believe you are the one person that they should have invited to those events. Being given a golden carpet, you know. If anyone should have been in that queue for content creators and press, it should have been you, because you even cover Dune on uh, Dune Newsnet, right? So you should have had an invite, a proper invite to that, to the premieres, and to even that recent fan event. But they just don't know how to deal with people. They don't know how to deal with content creators. They don't know how to deal with dedicated people who have covered Dune for years. Hey, let's put it out into the universe. I hope they approach you for the Dune Part 3 DVD or something like that, where you get to perhaps be asked about your experiences as a Dune fan over the years and stuff like that. They need to give you your flowers. That's all I have to say. Shout out to you from BC, Canada. Yours is one of the best ones to devote to Dune education and promotion. Best of luck to you going forward. Hope you're able to positively resolve the strike. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know what's really funny is I'm gonna have to add this image as well. Moments after I posted about the issue, this is what they revealed. I got this notification from Warner Brothers Canada. Dune Part 3 IMAX Global Fan Event. Like, really? I thought we weren't supposed to talk about this. I thought we were getting copyright struck for it. I thought this was a huge secret that had to be kept under wraps. It's just so funny, so ironic that they did this. But yeah, thanks so much from Canada. I really appreciate it. These people, YouTube are not interested in your efforts or the quality of the content, only money. Absolutely. Keep doing your thing. The channel is great and needed. Your Ukrainian subscriber from Canada. Oh, Ukrainian. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's all money. Even their creative decisions are all based on money. That much is clear. And maybe I'm going to turn against them. Maybe that's it. Maybe I've had enough. Maybe I'm going to dedicate my life speaking against them and to speaking against the Dune movies. Maybe that should be what I do now. Is that really what they want to create? Do they want to really is this my villain origin story? Is this how it begins? Am I going to become some kind of Harkonnen evil nemesis against them? Because that's what they want. This is what they're trying to create. So maybe this is my origin story. My villain arc is about to begin. I don't know about the tickets. Hey man, I really enjoy your content. I hope that the strike is removed. I would suggest something to put parts of that video as YouTube shorts. They don't get strikes that often, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. I could do that. You're right. Yeah. But again, it's like, is it worth the risk? Because I mean, if they don't like me in general, I mean, if it was a genuine strike, I mean, a genuine claim, then maybe it's not worth it, because a second strike, it would mean I only have one more strike left, and then the channel disappears for good. So possibly not worth it. I might just upload them on Facebook and X, perhaps the videos as they are. And yeah, I don't think they can do anything to me there. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know. As long as it's worth my while. The thing is, if it risks taking down any of my channels, then it wouldn't be worth doing it, to be honest. But thanks for the suggestion. I will think about that. Yeah, definitely. Okay. You'll have your Vladimir possessing Ali Abomination moment. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to be. Yeah, I'll be really creepy and ominous, and I might even put on a deep, dark voice and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe the voice you know is going to change into something completely different. Who knows? I just think it's really funny that they did this whole. They posted about the global IMAX event, which I'm getting copyright struck for. Now here's AI trying to interfere in my life again. If you heard that, I don't know. It was Siri. But yeah, really funny how they've showed this global IMAX fan event video, and yet when I talk about it, they have to copyright strike my channel. I thought it was quite funny. But yeah, listen, guys, if you want to help, and you follow my channel and you've been doing it for a while, please go and check out my Dune Part 3 Trailer 2 breakdown of the Easter eggs. Everything, it's called Everything You Missed. Dune Part 3 Trailer 2, Everything You Missed. Something like that. Please try and share it wherever you can, and watch it. And if you enjoy it, share it. If you don't, that's fine. But please try and get that view count up a bit more, because otherwise I may have to quit the trailer breakdowns from now on, because if they don't get more than 11K, it isn't worth my while making them, because they take a long time to make. I had to wait for the 4K video to be released to do an in-depth analysis of literally forensically looking through each frame to see everything you've missed and everything I missed, to analyze them for you, to break it down. No other channel's doing something like this. Okay? Nobody. Yes, they're seeing the general things and they're talking about the Dune lore and stuff like that. Fair play to them for doing so, and I encourage them to do that as well. But I try to cover things that people have missed, and there were several things people missed that they told me. But the keen eyes among a lot of people did see quite a lot of the symbols, and they saw like the laser, for example, which is great. You know, people like what's his name? Calder Dune he noticed the laser shot as well before the strike before the two sandworms. Fantastic! This is brilliant. You know, I'm really glad people actually got to see it. But in case you didn't, that's why I'm here. You know, that's why I did those breakdowns to cover those for everybody. So yeah, if you can, just try and check out those. Try and check out those videos, and I would really appreciate it if you do. Um, if there are no more comments, because it looks like people have stopped talking on the chat, so I guess I think we'll end it here. Um, it looks to be back online, the video with the strike. Well, let me have a look. I will check. I will check. Maybe it's a good news that right at the end of the right at the end of the stream. Let's have a look. No, it still says removed for me. No, it's hang on, I'm refreshing just in case. Huh, it says it's public. Well, we'll see. I'll have a quick look. Perhaps perhaps it's come back. Wouldn't that be cool? Hmm. Hey, maybe it's back. It may be back for now, but it's lost. It's lost the revenue it was supposed to make for this whole day. I'll never see that money again. I'm just saying. I don't care if it's 1 penny or 1,000 pennies or 1 million pennies, right? It's still something that you've taken from people, but we'll see. I mean, that's a positive thing if it has been reversed. I'm just going to check now the in my own back rooms whether the strike has been lifted. It seems like it has. We complied with a legal thingy. Maybe it has. Well, there you go. Did I have to do all this to get it back? Maybe I did. Earlier in the stream, I didn't see it on your channel anymore, but now I see it again. Yeah, I mean, even while I was streaming, it was still blocked. Apparently, it's back. So maybe it's been reversed. It looks like the strike has gone as well. Do you have any moment from the book that you were most excited about? Well, let's see what happens. Maybe it's maybe you guys helped. Thank you. Do you have any moment from the book that you are most excited to see on screen? For me, it's the debate of Paul with Seitel when they first meet. To be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to seeing anything with Alia in it. I really want to see her character just live and breathe in her own madness. You know what I mean? I really do. I do want to just to see what they do with her. I mean, you know, I was already upset that they didn't do child Alia because they weren't, you know, I don't know, brave enough to. They shouldn't have messed around like that with the character. So now they have adult Alia. Let's see what they do with her. But I'd be really interested to see Alia like talking to herself and losing her mind. I kind of want to see that. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. I wish you didn't stop posting breakdowns because your hard work and attention to detail shows in every video. Thank you so much, Greg. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely thought that the video would have performed better. That's kind of why I'm a bit surprised. Like, I try to do everything by the book. Like, if I know something's going to work, I try to do that, and I try to work towards doing that. And when it doesn't work, it puts my confidence back a little bit, thinking, maybe it's not worth my while doing this. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I'll be able to resist stopping myself to make those breakdowns, because I enjoy doing them so much. But yeah, just that low performance is just really bad. You know, it really is bad. Hey, thanks. Yeah, what a relief, huh? I mean, to get the strike removed and to get the video back up. Yeah, I mean, look, it shouldn't have happened. And listen, whether it was a genuine strike, whether it was a genuine copyright claim, whether it was a manual copyright claim, or whether it was an automated copyright claim, it shouldn't have happened, period. And these companies, Warner Brothers and Legendary, they need to protect content creators, not attack them. They need to protect people like me and others from having our videos and our material and our content removed by whoever these people are. If it wasn't them, if it wasn't genuinely them, like, I'm willing to even think that it wasn't them, despite the previous problems I've had with them. But I'm willing to consider that this wasn't them, and that it was this like obscure company from India who's scamming people. If that's the case, then they need to be to put measurements in place to take them down. That's not for me to do. That's not my job. That's their job. They are responsible for copyright infringements and all of the claims and all of the issues that come with that. So they need to kind of really protect content creators from this stuff, because it's just unacceptable. I'm going to check out your Dune Part 3 trailer breakdown right now. Thank you so much. You're a real one. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, anything you can do, if you can share the breakdown, I'd be really appreciative of that. I put a lot of hard work into it. I worked continuously throughout the day until 5 a.m. It was a grueling, difficult kind of video to put together. So I really do appreciate you checking it out and sharing it if you can. Somehow, as a subscriber, YouTube didn't send a notification when it was posted. Lost in the ether, who knows? Exactly. Yeah, that's another problem. That's why sometimes the next day I will post about the video I've uploaded, because people don't receive notifications. And for these two videos, I actually put them to premiere early, so that people could know that this was happening in like 3 hours or 7 hours time, whatever it was. But I did it early enough for them to be able to send out notifications. So it's really upsetting when you have like over 70k followers and hardly any of them get notified about your content. I mean, it doesn't make sense. This video, the Dune Part 3 Trailer 2 breakdown, I have 70k followers, over 70k followers, and it only has 11k views. The math ain't mathing. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, so hey, at least it's back up, and that is a relief, to be honest with you, because I just didn't want to have to deal with any more nonsense, you know. So yeah, I'm relieved for now, until, you know, the next issue happens. But I still actually don't have access to my Facebook account, my Facebook Dune page. I still cannot post on there, as far as I know. But I can check while I'm here. I might as well check with you to see if I can post on my page. If I can, that's great. If not, then we still have issues to fight for. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post or try to post a post that I wanted to talk about, which was about Paul's markings, his face, and what it meant. And I'm going to see if it will be able to post now. I'll let you know live. Copy the text. Let's see if it's been reversed. It says it's posting, but we'll see. It's going around in circles. Let's see if it works. It's thinking long and hard about this. It's taking a while. No. Your account has an active restriction that prevents you from completing this action. If you believe that this is an error, you can appeal through the account status page. So my Facebook is still unfortunately inaccessible. So yeah, there's that. I don't know what's going to happen there. Hopefully that gets resolved. I don't know. Let's see, what's this? Spoilers. Oh, nobody read. I don't know what it says. I find it crazy that the last book, as do you think completely unchanged, make people think that Frank is being anti-Semitic. Okay, I'm going to remove that. So about that spoilery comment, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see that as being anti-Semitic in on Frank Herbert's part in the last book. But it is strange that the Jews are unchanged in the book, absolutely. And the thing is, technically, according to people like David Peterson, the language creator, they can't even exist or their language can't exist because of the language progression and the change and the whole like realism of the language stuff. So I don't even think they'd even, be able to be shown in any future movies in Dune, or their language, because apparently that, if Arabic can't survive in the future, then neither can they. Apparently, this is it's not me who's saying this. This is according to people like David Peterson. So I don't know, but there are some unchanged things in Dune anyway, and even there's the Mu'adh Quran, which is supposed to be unchanged as well. That means that that's a preserved Quran, meaning that the Arabic is preserved. And funnily enough, that Quran is preserved on Caladan among the rice pundi farmers. So there's pure Arabic in the universe, but apparently, according to David J. Peterson, this is impossible and it can't exist, and Frank Herbert's wrong and he doesn't know what he's talking about and he's a fool and blah, 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 blah. So I just thought that was quite funny. You need to really know your Dune lore. If you want to adapt these movies and work on these movies, you need to know that, what's possible and what isn't. And language survival is possible in Dune through the Bene Gesserit, through other memory, through Paul's memory, through everyone's conscious memory who has like Bene Gesserit abilities and links to their ancestors and stuff like that. Unless you think that women, the Bene Gesserit women, are not intelligent enough to remember language, to teach language through other memory to the Bene Gesserit, and that they can learn that way, and that books can't survive. And if I don't want to say this one because this might be a spoiler, but there's a certain painting that survives in the later books. The original painting from Earth survives. So you're telling me the original painting can survive, but language amongst human beings can't survive, it makes absolutely no sense. But yeah. Yeah, long gone are the days of like good YouTube where like we actually, could make money off of this platform and could grow an audience. I mean, I'm still struggling to get to 100K subs, and I've been trying for 2 years to go past 70K subs. Um, I've actually had more people unfollow me last year and this year, I think, than ever before. Um, it's I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've tried my best to create valuable content, but maybe that's not the way. Maybe I have to be an obnoxious streamer. I don't know, TikToker, YouTuber guy who talks constant nonsense about anything and everything to do with these movies. Oh, look at the pretty picture. Oh, look at the sand color. Oh, look at this and oh, look at that. I could I could talk about the mundane nonsense that people seem to be talking about. Like they constantly are obsessing that this movie looks like Lawrence of Arabia. Of course it looks like Lawrence of Arabia. Lawrence of Arabia influenced most movies in Hollywood. Okay. And of course, it looks like Lawrence of Arabia. It's set in a desert. They're both set in deserts. Of course, it's going to look the same. Like, the people putting this together are it's so funny to me. And as well, I noticed something strange. After my video, when I talk about the link between House Atreides and Agamemnon, I swear to you, loads of people have been creating posts about this link between the Odyssey and Dune as though they've just learned it and they've just discovered it themselves. Like it's gone viral. Have you not seen these posts about the link between Dune and Agamemnon? And people are like getting hyped over it like it's this amazing discovery. I talked about this like last year or in the beginning of the year, at least. And I talked about it most recently in my video, which thankfully is back up if you'd like to see it. But it feels like film Twitter and film X has just kind of like caught on to the fact that the Odyssey has a link to Dune. I think it's hilarious. And it's these people that get rewarded. It's these content creators that go viral. But if I was to talk about this stuff, I only get, a few hundred views or 2 or 3 likes. But they go viral. How is that fair, Your input is top tier. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Integrity is key. Yeah, and that's the thing. I try to maintain my integrity and create genuine content and valuable content. I really want to contribute valuably to the Dune fandom. I don't want to just say, oh, this movie's pretty and oh, look at this tiny connection. Isn't that amazing? Like anyone can do that. An AI video can generate that. I want to talk about the real stuff, the in-depth stuff. And I've only begun to skim the surface of that. My Dune lore videos and stuff, I really do believe those are the most important videos I've ever made. And that language video I made, the languages in Dune video, it's such an important video. It really is, because it talks about the actual Dune lore, the way it's been ignored in the new movies, and the way that Frank Herbert has been, his material has been abused, and he's been talked down against. And we should defend Frank Herbert at all costs. I mean, I think he was a brilliant writer. No one's perfect, but he had, his methods and his knowledge was all distilled into the Dune books. And to completely dismiss all of that history and all of those languages and all of his lore, I think is unacceptable. So yeah, that's one of my most important videos. Do check it out if you can. Those who get lost in rhetoric. Yeah, exactly. Yep, they're all over Twitter right now. You see it, right? It's not just me. This whole Agamemnon stuff. Yeah, it's like Matador will prevail. Yeah, I do think it's a matter. I do think it's a bull. That symbol in the on the back of hate. I do believe it's a bull. Some believe it's a beetle. They receive media privilege for someone in their lineage giving. Yeah, exactly. So, any other comments or questions, guys, before I call it a day? I've been streaming for, I think, an hour and a half now. Look, the good news is the copyright strike has been lifted. So, at least, you know, there's that. They didn't email me about it, you know. I've received no information at all about the reversal of that decision. And I'll just check again, just to keep you guys as up to date as possible. Yep, still received nothing, and I haven't got access to my account on Facebook. And my account on Facebook is actually the reason they have blocked me from posting on Facebook is because of that video. They took down the image of that video. So I don't know what's going to happen there. You blew me away with the catch of the gold tinge in Irulan's eye makeup, which was minuscule. Top notch, bro. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. And that was basically me being able to look at the trailer in depth with a 4K look at you know, to be able to zoom in very closely, and I got to see her gold tinge, and that tells me that basically that, you know, I think she's speaking to Edric in that scene as well, and that looks similar to the other shots. She's wearing similar clothing in the Dune Part 3 trailer 2. She's amongst Scytale and the Bene Gesserit, the Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohayim. So Edric has to be there as well. So I'm glad you appreciated that. Thank you so much. Hey, Dr. Fakin, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. It really means so much. Do you know what? That's probably going to cover the loss that I had today with that video being taken down. So showing support for a great content creator. Thank you so much, Dr. Fakin. Really appreciate it. It means more than you know. Trust me, it really does. The channel doesn't make much money at all. It's really the support of you guys that keeps the spice flowing. Seriously, and it's for Frank as well. Yeah, for good old Frank. Yeah, one of my dreams is I wish I was able to meet Frank, to thank him for the book, to really pick his brain without getting too emotional. You know, to pick his brain at his whole thought process behind, you know, including all the history and the language and just making sci-fi cool. You know, that's what I feel he did. Such a shame, such a loss. And yeah, so I really hope that his legacy is honored, and I'll do everything I can to make sure that's, you know, that happens. I still have videos I want to release about him and his Dune lore. But yeah, like I just feel like these filmmakers, they need to do more. They really need to help bring Frank Herbert's lore to life instead of just picking and choosing whatever they kind of want to do, you know. But thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it, as well as the Fremen and the Sandworm. They were tiny. Yeah, exactly. Oh, on the in the Dune 3 trailer 2, moment. Yeah, where the laser beam stops them. Yeah, they're all on the sandworm as well. There's only two sandworm. I tried very, very hard to look for a third sandworm, and I couldn't find one. So I think there's only two, and there are people on board. That to me is happening when the fight between Hate and the Fremen on the sandworm happens as well. So it's all going down in that moment. It's going to be a really, really cool sequence, I think. Bull with the brain implant was an awesome theory you had. Bull with the brain implant. Explain more, Dr. Faken. I actually don't know what you're referring to there. But hey, if I had an awesome theory, then I'm glad. But no, I mean, I don't want to take credit just yet. Let me know what you mean exactly. Influencers have not only attempted to pass themselves off as internet film critics, journalists, and even film enthusiasts, and now they're invading this platform. Attention absurd, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I've seen certain people who don't even seem to really know what they're talking about. They don't know how to pronounce things. They don't even know. You can know law as far as using AI to know law and to do your scripts, to prepare your scripts to make these videos to go viral. And people are going viral on this stuff. I'm not, because for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I'm not going viral. I don't think I've ever really gone viral for something that I genuinely made. Perhaps it was for an image I shared or something, like an IMAX video, an IMAX image. Stuff like that has gone viral. But for me, myself, me as a genuine content creator, I don't feel like I've really been appreciated in that kind of way where I've gone viral for saying something that I genuinely believed. The only way I really feel like I went viral for something I said myself was for the languages in Dune video, which kind of went semi-viral. It went to like maybe 1,500 views, 150,000 views. Sorry, my numbers gone crazy. But that kind of picked up traction a year later. So I was really, really like touched, honestly. I was touched. And that kind of, went viral because it's something I genuinely believed in. I believe a total unknown independent direction of the next would be brilliant. I think it needs to go to a wild director who is willing to adapt the source material, but also be daring, not to change up too much, Maybe some shorts with fun facts about Dune could help with the algorithm. Also some polls too, to have more engagement. Yeah, I've been thinking of doing polls. I try to keep you guys as engaged as possible, really. The algorithm, I don't know. I really don't get the algorithm sometimes. Maybe some shorts with fun facts. Yeah. The thing is, with shorts, they don't make. They might get views. I've heard that they are counterproductive. I've heard that shorts actually kill channels, which is why I'm afraid to do shorts now, because they say it kills the actual videos on your channel. You can't win. It's like you do shorts and then you get screwed over with your videos, and they don't perform well. And I've heard that it can kill channels. So that's why I haven't done shorts as much. I would love to do more shorts, but I just feel like at the moment it's a bit too much of a risk to the actual videos on the channel that I ever post in the future. But it might risk like their performances. So I don't know what to do really. But yeah, I'll think about it. You are too good at what you do. One was not worried you will figure too many things out before they release. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I've figured out kind of a few things prior. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know I don't know why it was given a strike. Who knows? Cheers. Thank you so much. Yeah, really appreciate it. Edric is there. Edric better be able to speak and have a body shown. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, I completely agree. I hope he's shown in his full fish glory in the spice chamber when he's released. When you see that thing docking the the highliner, I hope then we get to see him at least in like a spice gas haze. But apparently, someone commented saying that you get to see his face even in the sarcophagus structure itself. Like apparently the visor is moved and you can see him swirling in gas. I don't know if that's true, but interesting. I think it's someone who has seen production videos, who knows someone who's working on the Dune Part 3 channel, on the Dune Part 3 movie. I'm not sure. And Jolitis being the mother of Yunoho is so important. Um, just give me 1 minute. I'm going to be right back. Hello, welcome back. Sorry, I was on mute the whole time. um, yeah, the De Minimalist video was also ridiculously well done, and if it came out closer to Dune 2 release, it might have gone viral. Yeah, it may have. The thing is, I didn't want to affect anything to do with their viewership and the Dune fandom, so I didn't really want to talk down on everything. Um, The reason I did it afterwards is because I thought it was going to be Dune Part 1 and 2 together, um, as separate, and I didn't think it was going to be called Dune Part 3. I thought it was going to be called Dune Messiah. So I thought I had then a complete adaptation of Dune that I could talk about and comment on. And apparently that wasn't the case, because he turned around and said, no, there's Dune Part 3. It's Dune Part 3. It's not called Dune Messiah. So that kind of destroyed my my plans for that Dune series. Hey, thank you. As a new member, welcome. Thanks for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That really means so much to me. As a member, I'll try and do my best to show you all the exclusive content. You'll get videos ahead of time as well. So really, really appreciate people joining the membership crew. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. There's an AI fan made thing. I don't know. I haven't seen that, but I try to avoid it, to be honest, because it's all trash. Most of it's trash. Like I say, I mean, there are some uses of AI videos. If you want to show perhaps something that is never adapted or can never be adapted, there may be a use for it. I don't see myself making any AI videos, but people would probably crucify me if I did anyway. So I just avoid all that stuff anyway. Honestly, I prefer long format videos. So keep up the amazing work. I'll try. Yes, thank you, Greg. Yeah, I don't like short form content. I really like to get my teeth stuck into Dune lore and stuff like that. And I try to keep it short, like 8 to 10 minutes is normally the way I try to go. Sometimes I do 20 minutes videos if there's enough information, if it requires it. You have Quinn's Ideas, who does hour-long videos, which is amazing. So I mean, he does like good long form content. And congrats to him. He's recently reached 1 million subs, which is amazing. So it just shows that hard work and dedication does pay off. But he's from a very an older YouTube that kind of rewarded kind of sometimes content creators. Now I don't know if that's even possible. I don't think I'll be able to even reach 100K, let alone 1 million. But when he talks about loads of other sci-fi and fantasy, and rightfully so, and he began his whole thing with Game of Thrones, and following it continuously throughout its journey on being HBO, and releasing every slowly throughout the zeitgeist. It became part of the zeitgeist, and it became like a fan like experience. He really created a cool fan experience for Game of Thrones people. And imagine if they did that with Dune. Like, every week we could cover these amazing episodes, hopefully, if it was an amazing show that could run for like 7 seasons. But after these movies, this is it. Like, after that, I can only talk about a certain amount of Dune, and then I may have to change up the channel, because there's other things I would like to talk about. And but I mean, obviously Dune is my go-to, but they're not creating enough content to even talk about this stuff. The very cool fan made AI video of Scarf Edric, but it's not full body. Okay, I haven't seen it. I'll take your word for it. I'm also sold on being excited for Dune 3. I mean, I'm excited. The new trailer, I'm wondering if Dune 3 will just be fan fiction alternate. Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could really just end up being that. I feel extremely sorry for Stilgar's emotional overtake at all suppressed emotions withheld for so long, only to be answered with so much genocide. I think it's going to be an emotional one when he sees the sea. And I think that's when he realizes, how far they've gone and how far they've lost themselves and how far away from being a Fremen he is. I think that's going to be a hard hitter on the cinema screen. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining in. I really, really do appreciate you being here. Um, we've got to talk so much about everything and the copyright strikes, etc. But I thank you for being here, and hopefully I'll be able to do more live streams in the future. And I will see you on the next one.